Hi everyone, this is Lauren coming at you from the Break Zone with another episode of the Final Fantasy trading card game news. So a little bit of stuff coming out from, I guess you could say China. They're going to have their Opus 6 pre-release, and the full art card that will come with, if you buy a box over there, you will get Racevelger. I think that's how you say it, Racevelger. I'm really bad at saying that name. Well, I can't even read the Chinese, but I mean, you've seen the card. And for the pre-release kit, they will be getting the Opus 6 Unisleeves as well as a guide promo. Alright, next up, big news. In case you don't keep up with Facebook, we now have a bit of, we have the dates for our Crystal Cup events that will be coming to North America this year. Starting off with Sunshine Games in Tampa, Florida. On April 13th to 14th, Harry Tarantula in Toronto, Canada, on April 27th to 28th, Epic Gaming in Portland, Oregon, May 11th to 12th, Collector's Cash in Lenexa, Kansas, June 22nd to 23rd, Battlegrounds RVA, Richmond, Virginia, July 6th to 7th, and Desert Sky Games, Chandler in Arizona, September 14th through 15th. Keep in mind there will also be Last Chance Qualifier over at Card Game Coliseum in Orange, California, and that will be in October. We're not sure exactly what the date will be for that, but that will be a Last Chance Qualifier, meaning that you do not get a spot at Worlds if you win that event, but you do get the qualification for the North America Championship. If I remember correctly, each of the Crystal Cups will actually take the top, I guess you could say the top 4, but really, so if you place top 4, you will qualify for nationals or higher. If you actually win out the event, you will get a spot straight to Worlds, which is just amazing, by the way. I mean, if you looked at what people did at Worlds, it was just a huge community event. Well, maybe not a community event, but a huge competitive event. It was great. This time it'll be hosted by the United States, so anybody that competes there will be defending the home court, and I guess home field advantage. And let's see, do they say anything else here? Not too much else about it. Just that the Last Chance Qualifier will give you a qualification for the North American Championship. So look forward to those if you haven't made plans to travel. These are definitely events that you want to travel to if you want to compete in Final Fantasy the trading card game. Keep in mind that it'll be going across different opuses, as right now we're in Opus 7, but on March 22nd we'll be going into Opus 8, and I think it's around June, July we start going into Opus 9, so we'll be going, is it that close? Hold on, wait, let me think again. No, wait, I don't know if we have a release date yet for Opus 9, but I believe Opus 9 will come into play at one point into those events. Let me think. If normally last year we had the SoCal Crystal Cup that was still Opus 5, and when we got to Gen Con, I think that's when it actually got to be Opus 6, if I remember correctly. And keep in mind that there will be 2 spots for 2 chances to qualify for Worlds at Gen Con, but those will not be Crystal Cups. But those still count for Worlds, so that's something to keep in mind. Even though Gen Con might be one of the pricier options to attend, because, you have to, it is a convention, and I'm really thankful that Square Enix has looked into making most of the Crystal Cup events actually not held at the exact same time and near the same location as a convention. So being able to travel, the travel expenses and the cost of actually staying there should not be let's say adjusted in an upward fashion due to just the availability and the need and the demand. Okay, let's go over some of the latest tournament results with the Leo Lyons Cup over, I think in France, and Windwater won that one. Then we had the reunion event. If you didn't check out the stream, Chris Adams and Matthew Rice, happy birthday Matthew, by the way, did an amazing job commentating on the stream. They went, I think, 10 hours plus straight, It was really incredible. I really got to applaud them on that amazing job. And in the end, the decks actually won out. That went to the finals. Were actually pretty interesting. We had the Wolves Warriors in second place. So a little bit of a mix of different walls. And I was a little surprised to not see Phoenix in there, because normally Phoenix is able to get you things like Refia or Arc back onto the field, or Lunit, like any of those back onto the field, but he didn't need them. So good job, David. And well, congratulations to Ian for winning out the event with the Peanut Gallery, which is a Lulu deck. So shout out to Thomas and Dan Nguyen, Lulu lovers. You have another buddy here that actually, well, did really well with Lulu. I mean, this was no joke of an event. I mean, we're talking about 92 players. So whether or not you want to say that people went full competitive or not, the people that did still got defeated by these players. And this deck is really interesting. I haven't seen Earth Lightning non-Scions in quite a while, and here it is, and it won the event. Next up, we have the SBT monthly tournament that was won by Digger with a Garnet deck. My gun. I'm not really sure what that refers to, but either way, Garnet summons deck. The RYL Shop Weekly at Marbella, Malaga. Well, they're definitely they post events weekly, so that's always nice to cover their results. Where's Manu's? So that's Earth Wind Shell. And the MIA Monday Night Locals. So Alejandro won that one with Water Wind. Okay, so let's look over some of the events that will be coming up. So the Zodiac Braves went ahead and updated their event schedule. And January 26th, they will have the side quest event, Decidia. If you're not sure what it is, they've done a great job at supporting title. The Zodiac Braves as well as RVA have been holding a lot of title events, or at least RVA has been holding a lot of title events, and the Zodiac Braves have also been holding, at least this is their second title event, I believe. And it's a 3v3 event, which has a very interesting format where I think the tournament organizer puts you in a team with other players that do not play the exact same title, and you go on a 3v3 and you just have a good time. Keep in mind they have other events coming up soon in February, March. You can see all the dates here, but I'm only going to focus on the one that's coming up next. Alright, also some of the other events don't quite have all their own event pages, so I'm just going to go over the schedule of events for the Petite Cups according to Final Fantasy North America page. So the Florida Petite Cup already came and went. Next up, we've got the Oregon Petite Cup on January 26th at Epic Gaming in Milwaukee, Oregon. And then we'll have the Arizona Petite Cup on February 2nd at Desert Sky Games in Chandler, Arizona. We'll have the Fanfare, which is not a Petite Cup, but one of the, I guess you could say, special events. So Fanfare, so it's just a little bit of a celebration of, well, the game, and hopefully people will have a good time over there. Unfortunately, well, I don't know if you want to say unfortunately or fortunately, the event has sold out. I think the capacity was 90 players, and it'll be held at the Hilton LAX, Los Angeles, California. If you did not get tickets, don't worry about it. You might not be able to attend that actual event, but the community will be getting together, grabbing dinner with 40 plus players, probably in one restaurant, possibly a Korean barbecue place picked by Matthew Komodo, one of the world's player, and one of the, let's say, the founders of the Meta Potion circuits. And also on the following day, on February 10th, which will be a Sunday, we'll probably be doing some other things with the community as well. After that, we've got the New York Petite Cup on February 16th at the Uncommons in New York, New York. And the same weekend, we'll have the Toronto Petite Cup on February 17th at Harry Tarantula, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And the Virginia Petite Cup on February 23rd at the RVA Battlegrounds in Richmond, Virginia. And last but not least, as usual, I think I've said this in just about every video regarding the Petite Cup, the Kansas Petite Cup and the Petite Cup Circuit Finals on March 9th and 10th at Collector's Cash, the Nexa, Kansas. So the Break Zone will actually be streaming some of the events, not many of them, but I think the Fanfare, I'll be attending that, and we've got a couple surprises for you there. So hopefully you'll be there, and if you haven't bought your ticket, you will still be able to see things. That's what I'll say. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say right now, but since the date's coming up and I know people want to kind of keep up with all the action, there will be some media presence at Fanfare. I will say that much. Regarding the other events, I'm pretty sure some people will be streaming those events. Particularly, Epic Gaming does an amazing job of streaming their weekly events. I think even 2-3 times a week. I think they do Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays. Maybe not every Sunday, but whenever they do, they stream it on their Twitch channel. Is it Twitch? No, Facebook. Like I've actually watched it quite a bit, and it's a good time. You know, you get to see them. They have a very beautiful setup. I think 2 to 3 cameras at once and headsets on the players, so you get to follow all the action. It's a really good time. And the RVA guys at the Virginia Petite Cup will most likely be streaming their event as well. So I look forward to seeing them do an amazing job yet again. All right, so some of the event pages for the events coming up. Arizona Petite Cup. So it's going to be hosted by Cassandra, who is great. I think we saw her being on stream over at the North America Championship, if I remember correctly. I remember her being on stream at least once during either the Crystal Cups or the North America Championship. She's a great person. Hopefully you'll get to attend the Arizona Petite Cup, have a good time, meet her. And they're putting in a lot of prize support too. So go over there and check it out. Also, I think on the same day, over in let's see, Raleigh, North Carolina, the Keyblade Cup FFTCG Winner Box will be hosted by Ryan Galloway over at Game Theory. Also, as I mentioned before, the Fanfare 2019 will be in Los Angeles on February 9th. There'll be some media presence. I'll be there. I don't know how much of a hint that is for everyone. There's going to be some good stuff, such as a 3v3 team tournament, title format tournament, and boss fights. So the boss fight is where you can take on Hobby Japan and Square Enix staff in a brand new format. I can't tell you all the rules regarding that, but just, bring a deck, have a good time. I don't think you have, if I remember correctly, they mentioned that you don't have to form a team before you go there, but it's going to be a good time. And if anything else, go meet the community. If you didn't get a ticket in the evening or the day after on the February 10th, we're going to just have a great time. It's always a good time whenever you go to one of these events. If anything showed, if you checked out the reunion event, they actually had a bit of a stream the day before, a bit of a prequel, and it was a good time. You could see that everybody was enjoying each other's company and was really hyped about the event. Okay, so a little bit of information regarding the Petite Cup over at the Uncommons in New York on February 16th. The amount of people, the player cap will most likely be quite low. So if you plan to attend that event, be sure to keep an eye out for them and for any announcement regarding that, so that you can get in there and be able to attend, get your ticket, because the Petite Cups are limited capacity events. And if you're in that general, well, I guess I can't really say general area, Toronto and New York are not that close to each other, but if you're unable to make the New York Petite Cup because it's sold out or something like that, then if you're able to travel out to Toronto instead, they will be having Petite Cup as well at Harry Tarantula on February 17th. Or if you're really awesome, then I guess you could attend one day and the other the next day, but that, I don't know, that seems pretty crazy. And last but not least, beautiful art page here, RVA Petite Cup. So in case you don't know, entry fee will be $30. Doors open at 10. Round 1 starts at noon. The first place actually got even more pricing. James Lockwood and Cards of Vivalis have tossed in even, I think, a Chinese full art buy a box Ishtola promo from Opus 5, and that card looks just amazing. I'm actually looking to trying to get one of those, and yeah, that might be a little pricey right now. I think I've seen some pretty ridiculous offers so far. Well, either way, thank you very much for tuning in. Hopefully you're having a great time. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, feel free to put them down below on our YouTube channel. Otherwise, if you have any questions regarding some of the decks, we went over some of the results, and you want to, I don't know, somebody to cover those decks, look into it, give you a bit of a full depth, in-depth analysis. Maybe not like 100%, but a little bit, quick a tidbit about, you know, what makes a deck great, what makes it run, and what to look for. I could, if you put a comment down below, I'll try to reach out to whoever created that deck, or kind of look it over and see if I could come up with any tips on how to play that deck and how it fits in the current meta, perhaps. Otherwise, thank you very much for tuning in. Big shout out to our sponsor, MagicGames.com, that sells singles for Final Fantasy, the trading card game, Magic, and Pokemon. And they provided us with some things that we'll be able to give out when we reach 800, 900, and 1,000 subscribers, such as, let's see, Dominaria, Mox Amber, Horizon Canopy from Modern Masters, a 60-pack of Cactuar sleeves, Final Fantasy 13 Lightning plushie. He's really adorable. And Opus 3 Shiva Toronto Crystal Cup deck box that was autographed by Toru Kageyama, producer of the game. And for whoever wins, you get to pick one of those, and we'll even throw in 2 of our beautiful pins available on the MagicTechGames.com website. One of them being colored, the other one being, actually, whoops, one of them being colored, the other one being gold, and they're made out of metal, so they're pretty solid. We'll give a set to whoever wins, and hopefully they'll get to appreciate it. Otherwise, we are looking into getting more plushies. People have given us suggestions such as, characters from Crisis Core. So I'll look into getting those when I'm at the fanfare. Perhaps something nice will be there. Maybe some keychains, which were a very big hit over at the North America Championship last year. Otherwise, thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.